Hey, welcome back to Finding Passion and Purpose, your path to spiritual growth. I'm your host, Heather Baldwin, and today I just wanted to expand on something I shared recently in a short video. You've probably heard the phrase, don't give up, you're closer than you think. So we're going to talk about that today. And but before we get started, hit the like button if you're on social media. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow on Spotify. Comment, like, share. Do all the things so that this podcast can reach more people. And exactly right before I hit record, I pulled a card out of my mystical shaman oracle deck, and if you're watching the video, we got lightning. And what does that mean? As I'm looking for this, I got my pretty pink on since we just had the full moon, which was the pink moon. So, how did everyone fare through that? Good. No, I don't know. I always like full moon, so it doesn't really affect me too much. But, so what does this lightning card mean? The meaning is the formidable electric discharge of a lightning bolt brightens the sky and strikes the earth, accompanied by the mighty sound of thunder. This phenomenon has a positive aspect. The light illuminates the earth and the psyche, but there is a destructive side as well. The bolt can burn and even kill if it's too strong. So the card is upright, so we have an invitation. The forces of the upper world are investing their gathered energies to ignite you with new inspiration and creativity. Allow this divine gift to waken, to take root in your being, and enjoy a renewed sense of clarity, passion, and vision. So, that is saying to me, which usually I just actually heard today during a waning moon, like after the full moon as it gets smaller and smaller. It's a good time to not that you can't be creative, but not to be really rushing to accomplish things. Like, now's the time to kind of clean out your closets and get rid of clutter. And not that you shouldn't be working towards whatever you're wanting to accomplish, but also it's not the push point. That's more of the waxing moon, I believe. I'm still very much learning about the moon cycles. They're so fascinating to me. But so yeah, this card is saying just allow whatever comes to you to come to you and follow your intuition, because ultimately we shouldn't be letting others or decide what we should be doing or pushing us. When we have something that is pulling us, we should just follow that intuition. So Anyway, let's get back to the subject of don't give up, you're closer than you think. What does that mean? Closer to what exactly? Let's break this down just a little bit. We hear all the time in a personal growth space that this encouragement that we're just one step away from a breakthrough, but there's the truth I've come to realize is that our goals, our definitions, our so-called success or arrival are always evolving. So what are we really getting closer to if there's no like final destination, because you're not here to reach an endpoint. We all know what the endpoint is, ultimately for all of us. So you're here to grow, expand, evolve, and really come back to our true essence of ourselves. So every version of you has new desires and new dreams. So of course your quote unquote goal shifts as you move forward. It's not failure, that's growth. You're not failing, you're growing. You're not getting closer to a perfect outcome, you're getting closer to your truest self. So the version of you who trusts your intuition, who doesn't need that external validation, just like I was talking about, who follows your aligned action, not hustle. I have done that hustle game. I have worked in network marketing where that was pushed, like hustle, do all that stuff. And as I've come into this coaching role and just in life in general, as I'm evolving, I've learned to give myself a little bit of grace and a little bit more compassion in the fact of this is not my timeline. Yes, I would want things to happen in a certain way, but we're waiting on what you may call God's time, universe's time, whatever you want to call it, spirit, whatever you call it. And we actually, speaking of network marketing, I had a meeting with some of the gals in that group. I'm still part of that. I'm just not pushing it. I'm letting that sit off to the side. Like I'm very much think that the products are wonderful and gut health is super important, not only for our physical bodies, but it also helps our mental stability also, because everything roots from the gut. But anyway, spiel about that. But we had this meeting, and the girls that are in, I say girls, but the women in this group, they all kind of have that same mindset that we don't need to be so hustly. If it's meant for us, not that we don't take action towards the future version of ourselves as we see in that space, but we're just not doing the cold calling and just all the spammy things that just feel yuck and gross. Do the things that feel aligned to your intuition. If your gut, if you start doing something and your gut is like, ugh. There's a difference between that excited gut feeling and a little bit of nervousness and excitedness. The nervousness and the excitedness should push you a little bit versus that gut feeling of, ugh, this just does not feel right. So it was just interesting how this all came about, and I wasn't even really thinking about that conversation when this thought of you're getting closer. So that is what you're getting close to, is your true essence of yourself, and that is something worth celebrating. We just want to be one step or one little version better or more aligned every day, right? So if you've been feeling like you're not there yet, you haven't arrived, I just want you to know that you're not behind, you're not late, you are simply evolving. And every step you take from that place of truth within you, it's a win. So the question isn't, am I there yet? The real question is, am I aligned right now with my purpose? And if the answer is yes, then you're already exactly where you are meant to be right now in this moment. Even though maybe you, the human part of you, your ego is wanting you to be in a different place, just know that you're already exactly, as long as you're taking little action steps every single day, you are exactly where you are. Because I got that way myself of, oh, I should have done more yesterday. Oh, it's been a while since, yeah, I do. I want to record a podcast episode every week for you. I really do. But sometimes my schedule doesn't allow for it, and I don't make my podcast necessarily my number one priority. I did originally start it because I was like, oh, well, I could get more clients if I had a podcast. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, yes, that is a potential, but I want it to not feel like I'm going to have offers. I'm going to have things that I want to present to you, but it's not my main goal. I just wanted to have a space where people could come, learn, be inspired. And so that is really ultimately where I'm at right now. So I hope this really landed well for you today. And if it did, I would love for you to come over to my Facebook group and join the Soulful Sisterhood, or you can send me a message, leave a comment about what are you getting really closer to. Leave me a comment, like, what are you getting closer to? So until next time, stay aligned, stay true to your true essence, your soul, and remember that the journey is the destination. All right, have a wonderful day. I love you, and we'll see you next time.